So I want to talk a little bit about the respite center that you're building. The retreat center that you're building. I want to talk about the retreat center and how this has evolved and how this dream fits in with what you're already doing and what you hope it offers and evolves into for people.
Sure. Well, yeah, big dream.
Yeah.
Dreams do come true.
Yes, they do. Manifested a big one here.
Yeah, the real big one. The Education Retreat Center Sanctuary.
Yes.
I like it as a sanctuary. I like it as all.
It feels like a sanctuary.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know, it was a short while after Gordon passed away when I asked Betsy, they had a little summer cottage on their property, if one of our families that I was working with at the time, this goes back to 99, could come stay. She said, of course. And I believe it was the Toby family came down. And a wife, husband, Jim Toby, had ALS, and their two kids, Taz and Jenna, Susan. And I just saw how wonderful of an experience they had. And then later on, I asked if my friend Steve Redding, who had ALS, and his kids could come down. Betsy said, sure. So those two experiences showed me how important it is for people to be able to get away in a really comfortable environment.
Yeah.
And this is 99. That's kind of like where I was. And as time went on, there were seeds planted, and how about let's do some sort of center somewhere. So this is actually the third incarnation, because I started it once, and then I walked away from it for lots of circumstances. And then probably about 6 years ago, Doug Oakley, who was on my board, Doug had ALS, became a really good friend. He loved the idea. So we were going to take another look at it, and brought it up to the board, and it was, yeah. Doug really wanted to do this. And it just didn't seem the right time.
Yeah.
You know, the board, there were some people who were resistant, and Doug said, nah. So put it back on the shelf. But Doug loved the idea of it. And over the years, we have housed guest speakers and families at a bed and breakfast right around the corner from our office here in Falmouth, in West Falmouth, called the Beach Rose Inn. And it turned out that, long story short, it came on the market. And I had taken my dog Moses for a walk and to look at the house across the street that was for sale, but it wasn't for sale, but I met the woman outside, and is it for sale? I introduced myself and Moses. And no, but it's the house down the street, and another house is on the market, and the Beach Rose Inn, I believe, was just taken off the market. So I went, really? So anyway, I came home, because I always knew it could be an interesting location to do what I wanted to do. And I happened to call them and just to check in, you know, and be a nosy, find out if it was on the market. It turned out it was. Can I come look at it? They said yes. I went to look at it, and I left. I went, now what am I going to do? So literally the next day, Patty, Doug's wife, now Doug has been gone at this point for about 9 months. He had passed away. She invited me over for a drink. Friends were coming over. I hadn't seen in a while, so I went over. And then as we were having a beer, a glass of wine, Patty let me know that, how did she put it? Oh, she said, Ron, Doug told me to tell you if the money we hoped would came in, and you were going to do the center, that I should give you $50,000. Now, mind you, this was the day after I found out it was on the market.
Okay.
So I sat there, and I looked at her. I said, well, are you telling me that the money you hoped would come in came in? She said, yeah. I went, wow. I didn't say anything, because I was having to sit with this. It's like, okay, Spirit's working here or something, or Doug, I don't know.
Right.
Because I was kind of a bit numb. And then she said, oh. I then asked him, well, if we weren't going to do the center, can I give the money to the organization anyway? And Doug said, no, it's for this or nothing.
Yeah, okay.
So I went home, thought about it, and I was just kind of like just dancing with the notion of, do I want to do this? And just what unfolded and the serendipitous nature of everything. And then called her the next day. I said, can you come over tomorrow? She said, sure, why? I said, just come over. So she came over, took her for a walk, and we're standing out in front of the Beach Rose Inn. She said, what? I said, it's on the market. She said, no way. And I said, yeah. She said, did you know this when I told you what I told you? I said, yeah, but I just had to sit with this. And she looked at it, she said, well, I guess we're doing the center. And I went, well, we got the board. She said, I'll take care of the board. So the first $50,000 from Doug and Patty gave the energy for me to say yes. And then just started creating what I needed to create. And I talked to our business consultant. Ted said, well, we need to put together a capital campaign. I said, fine, start working on it. I'm not waiting for that. Yeah. So I penned a letter, sent it out to some of our donors and people that I knew, and in short order raised $300,000-$400,000. Yeah. And we put all the package together. So the whole notion around this.
Yes.
Because we are almost
you can
done.
Say this. What is it? What did you build? And what is it for?
So it is an education and retreat center. It's a place for us to do education, a place to do gatherings. You know, men of ALS gatherings, women of ALS gatherings, caregiver gatherings. It's a place to bring invited guests in to do the work that I want to see brought forth to our ALS families along with people in healthcare. Mm-hmm. It's a place where caregivers can come and rest. Yeah. The word respite, I'm not a huge fan of that word, but to rest, to get away. They can have a break. Yeah. But a place that's very much a sanctuary, that's comfortable and beautiful and warm, and they really don't have to worry about much, that they can be quiet. Mm. It's a place where families can actually come, a husband and wife, a place to get away out of the space that you're living in on a daily basis. It's a place where we'll have 3 accessible rooms for wheelchair accessibility, extreme circumstances. Yep. If someone finds themselves there, they can come there. So it's accessible from that standpoint. It's a place where we will invite like-minded organizations to maybe do workshops, weekend retreats. It's a place for the families that we work with that are in our system. It's my intention not to charge them. Just come. Okay?
Oh, what a gift that will be.
And, if they wish to give us a donation, that's great. But, it's a place for them just to be. My office will be based there. Okay. We'll keep our other office here as well. Our busyness, I don't want a lot of noise. It's going to be quiet. Yeah. It's right next to an 18-mile bike path. Mm-hmm. We also have a corporate membership to the Seacrest Beach Hotel, where over the last 8 years we've sent people who want to enjoy the beach of Falmouth, and an indoor pool and outdoor pool. Yeah. Falmouth is an incredibly accessible town. It's, Falmouth, you can go right down to Woods Hole and catch the ferry on an elevator. A wheelchair can just go right over for
a day trip to the vineyard.
Or just a boat ride. Yeah. So it's a place where people can come and be supported. It's a place, again, where, because I'm on the road, you know how much I'm on the road. Yeah. And over the years, I've invited people to come see me here on the Cape. Ron, it's too far, so you'll stay over.
Yes.
So it's a place of nurturing, and a place of support, and a place of to be able to sit and just...
And the opportunity for community, too, for people to meet each other and, sure. and make those friendships and... Mm-hmm. That will go beyond that weekend or whatever time they're
absolutely.
Here.
And so, but one of the important pieces, to run it in a way that when caregivers are there, I'm not interested in having people who are in wheelchairs there.
Give them a break.
Yeah. Well, it's a matter of, if I'm taking care of my wife and she has ALS and I'm here, I don't want to see another woman in a wheelchair. So it's done in a very conscious kind of a way. Okay. The first, you talk of community, so the first for one of my first guests, or some of my first guests, and this is what's possible through our gatherings, is there's 4 women who met each other. Each of their husbands had ALS. Different times, different years. But they came together through our gatherings and became really dear friends. So I can visualize the four of them coming down just to be together in this wonderful space.
I think I met them at the ALS One launch in Boston.
Yeah, you possibly
Fantastic women.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. And so that's a good thing. You know,
it's a great thing. And again, it can be a model for... It doesn't have to be specific to ALS ultimately.
It's not for people to live. It's a place to rest.
Yeah.
To rest. Because people really have, you know, we meet people you've met, oh, I know what they're going through. It's like, no, you don't know what they're going through. And I certainly don't know. I might have a sense, but just the sheer... The sheer amount of stress that people find themselves in and changing their lives, it's continuous and it is relentless. And everyone doesn't have the capacity, to navigate all of this, to navigate the complexities of what it means to really be living and dying with ALS. And so to be able to offer them this place, this sanctuary, means everything. To my knowledge, it is the only place in the country like it. We're not providing aids or anything like that. We're not like the Leonard Florence Center, where it's a place where people live.
No.
Yet it's a place where the folks that live at the Leonard Florence Center can come for a vacation for a couple of days.
I love it.
How beautiful is that?
So Steve Sailing
Thank
and
you.
Patrick O'Brien, good job.
I've made clear they know that.
Awesome.
So it's pretty extraordinary. We have raised 2.9, close to $3 million of $3.5 million.
Phenomenal.
So that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And
construction's
come a long way. Oh, huge.
Yeah.
And completion, my hope is August. We'll have a soft
fantastic.
opening in August.
Okay. After the Falmouth Road Race?
Well, maybe before the Falmouth Road Race. We'll see. Ralph Cataldo, my builder, extraordinary, gifted, talented man. My architect, Denise Spinoli, who's been with me, this is her third incarnation of this. I've known her for a long time. And they have been instrumental in just making this happen. Ralph has gotten tradesmen from all over the Cape and beyond to show up in a really, really big way with deep discounts or volunteering labor or materials, whatever it can look like. And so we've been going not at a fast pace, but at a slow, methodical pace in order to do this in the right way. The entire place is brand new. We ended up taking every board on the inside down. We had to jack up one corner of the floor 2 inches. We had to put a 13 a steel beam in there, weighed almost 3,000 pounds, I think, somewhere. Yeah. But it's going to be extraordinary.
You should have Chris and Peyton come over and do your landscaping.
Oh, yeah. Well, Chris is involved in our landscaping. Okay. He started the initial process of it. Yeah, indeed.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be an extraordinary place.
Well, I can't wait to see it when it's done this summer. I love it.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully August. So anyway, it's a good thing.
It's a very good thing.